Good afternoon, Namibia, and welcome to your daily lunchtime show where we get to catch up on current events and headlines that are in the news. My name is Priska Agnolo, and thank you so much for joining us once again on NMH at 1. In today's show, we share information on the important work of Lifeline and Childline and explore tourism opportunities, focusing on diamonds and the shipwrecks that have found their final rest on Namibia's desert coastline. COVID-19, however, is not letting up on its grip on our country. This morning, more than 2,500 new cases were reported for Wednesday and 26 more fatalities. Our daily monitor on Friday zooms in on the daily averages of overall, as well as in the country's 35 health districts. Namibia has now recorded more than 80,000 cases in total. The new wave on infection continues to force down the recovery rate, which now stands at 77%. More than 1,300 people have died, and the current daily average of close to 1,600 cases per day is a new all-time high. About 30,000 new cases were reported in the past 5 weeks. The regions of Oshodunjupa and Hardab has surpassed 5,000 cumulative cases. Our map shows districts where 20 or more cases are on average reported daily. This was as on Tuesday because these details were not yet available at the time of preparing today's show. 16 districts fall in this category, and compared to last Wednesday, all were experiencing increases except for slight decreases in Rundu and Gobabis. Mariental's daily average of 33 new cases remained unchanged. Windhoek is now reporting close to 600 new cases daily, Swakopmund 91 and Oshakati 82. The average for Rehoboth is 69 cases per day, while the small town of Usakos are reporting 22 cases daily. First dose vaccinations by Wednesday stood at close to 113,000, while more than 22,000 people have been fully vaccinated. We now take a short commercial break. Please do not go away. In our first video insert today, Yolanda Nell talks to Shemaine Lowe of Lifeline Childline about how the organization can help when you feel like life is getting you down.
Welcome back. Today I'm speaking to Shemaine Lowe here from Lifeline Childline in Namibia. Thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
Quickly tell us, what is the role of Lifeline Childline?
Okay, so Lifeline Childline is a welfare organization. It was established in 1980. And it being a welfare organization, our core business is counseling. So we provide counseling amongst other services that we also provide. And we do this either telephonically or face-to-face. And if it's through the telephone, it's through our 116 child helpline, as well as the 106 GBV helpline. They are both toll-free numbers, meaning a person does not require airtime to contact the counselors. And the call center is open every day from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. So even if it's on a public holiday where someone calls in, the counselors will still be available.
And this is especially important for Namibia because of abuse taking place all across the country, right?
Yeah, true indeed.
And then who should make use of your services?
Okay. Seeing that we are non-discriminatory organization, we do cater for everyone, even people from minority groups, vulnerable groups. So we do assist both adults and children. We assist everyone. Sorry for that. So we are the entry point to all case categories. So it can be any social issue that someone is going through, and we will then further refer if there is a need for further referral. Let's say if the case is perhaps beyond our scope of work, because we do have some organizations that we closely work together with. So it's open for everyone.
And now for our second video. Sandwich Harbour 4x4, a Walvis Bay tour operator, recently introduced a new 3-day diamonds and shipwrecks excursion. Leandria Lowe went along. Do enjoy this trip.
Sandwich Harbour 4x4 recently launched an excursion, shipwrecks and diamonds spanning over 3 days. Traveling south through the Quisop Delta lies the beautiful Sandwich Harbour where the dunes meet the sea. Traveling through the majestic dunes, the first shipwreck sighted on the way to Mio Bay is the Shawnee, which is a transport tug. For the night, the Namib camp, situated about 200 kilometers away from Walvis Bay, provides accommodation in the form of tents, complete with hot showers. Early the next day, the next destination is Mio Bay, where whale bones can be seen from whaling done in the area is littered across the beach. Also to be seen is the remaining surf boats used as transport in the early 1900s. Further traveling inland, remnants of the mining settlements Charlottenfelder and Grillenberger gives us a glimpse into how the settlers and the contract laborers lived here. With a stunning view of the ocean and the dunes, a champagne and oyster sundowner completes the day. On the way back to civilization, the Edward Boland shipwreck can be seen, which now lies about 600 meters inland. Final stop of the excursion is Conception Water, which served as another source of fresh water for the mining settlements. This exhilarating adventure is concluded with some dune driving.
And now we look at what is leading print news in Namibian newspapers today. Republican leads with a continued economic downturn reported for the first quarter of this year. Data shows it has been the worst first quarter since 2014, 7 years ago. Industries under increased pressure include mining, manufacturing, construction, wholesale, as well as retail and financial services. COVID-19 can be overcome. This is the positive message in the lead story of The Namibian, which tells the story of some Namibians who were severely ill but managed to beat the virus. According to the New Era, the country has sufficient stocks of vaccines in spite of shortages experienced at places due to logistical challenges. The state-owned daily also reports on measures to address oxygen shortages at health facilities. According to the Allgemeine Zeitung's photo lead, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Peter Kashavivi, is of the opinion that Namibia continues to make important strides to uplift the poor. Today's Namibian Sun reports that the Ovaherero Traditional Authority decided not to accept government assistance to bury its late paramount chief, Vekui Rukoro. Seemingly approval has also been granted for his burial to take place on the 18th of July and not within the 7 days prescribed by the COVID-19 regulations. Let's visit the marketplace again before returning to the inside pages. And now we take a peek at the inside pages of Namibian dailies. According to MarketWatch, the number of cattle slaughtered in April decreased with about a third. This is one of the key measurements of growth in the agricultural sector. On its front page, Careers combines the increased importance of fitness as well as mental well-being. Mental health, economist John Steitler writes, will be key for recovery and revival in spite of the pandemic again sweeping through the country. The Sun reports that government failed to meet the deadline to reply to a High Court challenge by the affirmative repositioning movement that the veterinary red line must be demolished as an outdated and illegal vestige of apartheid. Ben Shikongo, president of the Veterans Association of Liberation Fighters, the Namibian reports, according to a report by the Auditor General, for years received a salary and benefits he is not entitled to according to the constitution of this institution. A New Era relays a request by the Oshakati Town Council for residents to settle their water bills in order to prevent NamWater from closing the town's taps. In support of the vaccination drive against COVID-19, Republican carries a 2-page focus article again sharing all basic facts about vaccines and how they work. From the High Court, the AZ reports on a civil matter in which a woman is demanding more than a few million Namibian dollars from a former partner who allegedly infected her with HIV and also reneged on a promise to marry her. The defendant is denying all of these accusations. Let's go for a quick ad break and I'll be right back to tell Namibia goodbye. And that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We've finally reached the end of NMH at 1, and we wish you a lovely and safe weekend ahead. NMH at 1 will be back on Monday, same time, same place.